Something that you may experience as you're healing through physical separation from your twin flame are feelings of loneliness. This is something that I experienced a lot of when I first began my journey. It was like feelings of deep grief and deep loneliness, and it would come in layers, and sometimes it would get better. Sometimes I would feel really good and I felt union with my twin flame, while other times I felt just very, very lonely, like a deep, deep seated grief within my heart. And so I wanted to make this video to help with that part of you that may experiencing or navigating those feelings of loneliness while you're moving through your healing process. And know that it's a very normal feeling to experience, because it's abnormal to be separate from your twin flame. You and your twin flame were designed to your unit. You are individuals, but you are a pair. You are a unit, and you are complete and whole as individuals, but you weren't designed to function separate from your twin flame. You were designed to function in unison with your twin flame. And if that is not your current experience, well, there will be feelings that you're going to move through to have that manifested in your reality, your union with your twin flame. And there are ways that you can, or things that you can do to support yourself through the grieving, the lonely feelings that will arise in your heart as you're healing. And I remember many times where, I'd always envision Romance Attraction E-Course or Dreams Coming True by Jeff and Shalia. I love those courses, but I would use those to help me visualize my twin flame and I together, and what it would really feel like and be like to just doing those everyday mundane things that people do. And I'd be driving in my car sometimes, maybe going to get groceries or going to get something to eat, and I would just feel so sad. I'd envision my twin flame there with me, we like holding hands and listening to music. But even though I was visualizing that and enjoying that, there was a deep sadness in my heart, because that wasn't yet my true state of being. Even though I knew I was moving into that, I had to acknowledge the truth of where I was at and just love myself through it. And that is the key here. You definitely don't want to, if you're moving through feelings of loneliness, you don't want to try to find some kind of external means or source to numb out or to avoid feeling those feelings of loneliness. That's the last thing that you want to do. And as uncomfortable as it can feel sometimes, you want to allow yourself to fully feel through those feelings. Like, crawl in your bed and cry it out if you have to. And that's really the key to this journey, is every single feeling that you have, you want to validate it. Your feelings matter. You want to honor, respect your experience fully. And when you really just allow yourself to have those moments to really hash it out, cry it out, scream it out if you need to. You can go for rides in your car and you can just scream at the top of your lungs if you need to. It only matters that you're allowing yourself to fully express and feel what you're feeling, and knowing that as you're doing that, you're releasing that emotion, you're releasing that feeling. And as you do this layer by layer, you're embodying your union consciousness. Apply the mirror exercise. That step one is I'm upset, or I'm feeling lonely because I'm not with my twin flame. Or I'm feeling lonely because I'm not with myself. That's step two. And it really is just you missing the whole of who you are, which is your divine self. And that's this journey, is you coming home to yourself. That's self-discovery. And as you come home to yourself, your twin flame is a reflection of that. They mirror that back to you by vibrating into harmony, peace, and union. So most importantly, respect your feelings. If you're feeling lonely and you're feeling really sad, you're feeling really down and out, and you're just like in the mix of your feelings, Allow them to come up. Don't numb out to them. Don't avoid them, and don't try to do something to, not feel those feelings. Respect your experience and know that it will pass. It's just something that is moving through you. It's not who you are. You're not some depressed, miserable person. It just means that you're processing a lot of feelings and you're transcending and releasing separation. And logically, if you apply logic to this, if you're releasing what doesn't serve you, well, then the only other thing that can come into that place is what does serve you, and that is your joy. There's a quote that Jeff and Shalia have that your sadness leaving is your joy returning. And that couldn't be so true or more true, because that's what I would always experience when I would release sadness or anger, frustration, or whatever those feelings were. I would always feel my joy and my peace returning. And that is where the foundation of your twin flame union stems from, is you really being genuinely happy within yourself and content and at peace with who you are. And as you are content and happy and joyful with who you are, then once again, your twin flame, being your perfect mirror, will reflect that back to you. So acknowledge yourself, acknowledge what you're feeling, let yourself move through it, journal it. And that was another big thing that worked for me, was I would write it down. I had so many journals where I would just write down my feelings, or I would go on walks at the park. There was like a few different parks I would go to, and I would just walk around and process my emotions, feel through my feelings. And all of these things that I did for myself on top of the mirror exercise is most important, because the mirror exercise really helps you transcend that separation consciousness. But show up for yourself, and your union is inevitable. As long as you are loving yourself and you're showing up for yourself and you're respecting your experiences and your feelings, you will run smack dab into your twin flame union. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.